Ladies and gentlemen, gather your baby bottles and take cover because what transpired at Claressa Shields' baby shower was not a celebration but rather a battleground. Yes, you have heard the rumors, but believe me when I say that the truth is worse than the rumors. What happens when an ex-boyfriend who has been scorned shows up at your baby shower without your invitation, dressed in all white as if she is the one expecting? What happens when that ex-boyfriend happens to be Remy Ma, armed with attitude, years of unresolved trauma, and a petty streak longer than a CVS receipt? Well, things get better because the man caught in the middle is none other than Mr. Papoose. And he snapped. Papoose actually slapped Remy in front of guests, caterers, and a gender reveal cake shaped like a boxing glove. Why was Claressa hurried out by security with tears in her eyes and frosting on her dress? Who leaked a now viral video in which you can actually hear someone scream Remy and oh before a chair went flying? This isn't just baby mama drama, this is baby Armageddon. Stay tuned because the scandal has only just begun. It was supposed to be a happy occasion, with two-time Olympic gold medalist, boxing champion, and soon-to-be mother glowing in pink chiffon, surrounded by soft balloon arches, rose gold gift tables, and in a list crowd. It was the baby shower of the season, and guests who came to celebrate new life had matching mocktails, a custom Shields baby cake sculpted into a championship belt, and even a performance booked by R&B legend Tank. However, everything fell apart the moment Remy Ma arrived. To be clear, Remy was not invited. She was not on the guest list, she was not in the group chat, and, according to a leaked text from Claressa's cousin, she had been specifically barred from the event following a heated altercation at a Brooklyn nail salon 2 weeks earlier, during which Remy allegedly threw an entire acrylic nail display at the receptionist. So no, this woman wasn't welcome. But when did that ever stop her? Remy came in wearing a tight white designer gown that was exactly the same color as Claressa's, big black sunglasses, and a face full of attitude like she was running from TMZ. I brought heels. And guests stopped talking in the middle of the conversation. In a now viral video clip that was posted by Celeb T Backup 2, you can see Claressa look up from her throne of satin pillows and see Remy, and she mutters, "You must be kidding me." But let's go back a little. Why would Remy even show up? Remember, this isn't just anyone ex. This is Remy Ma's wife, now a record. Now a wounded villain in a story that's been messier than a love and hip-hop reunion special. She and Papoose were once a ride-or-die fairy tale. He waited for her during her prison sentence, holding her down and standing up for her when no one else would. Now, however, that love story has been shattered into a million glittery baby shower confetti pieces. Because he moved on with Claressa Shields. Yes, Papoose, who went from my lady to forever my fist-fighting baby mama. And Remy wasn't just upset, she was humiliated. When Claressa revealed her pregnancy last month, an anonymous friend, hairstylist who asked to be called Peaches, said, "This isn't over. I'm not going to let that baby be the headline." Apparently, she meant it, so there she was, uninvited, unbothered, and unhinged, walking straight through a crowd of influencers and bed executives like it was her bridal shower. She didn't look at Claressa, and she didn't nod at Papoose. Papoose, who had been standing close to the DJ booth, turned around and froze as she walked straight to the front and stood next to the stage, where Tank was getting ready to sing. According to witnesses, he clenched his jaw and dropped the mini cupcake he was holding. His entire vibe changed, one caterer said, adding that he went from chill to DEFCON 1 and 0 to seconds later. He rushed up, grabbed Remy by the wrist and whispered, "You have 5 seconds to leave before I make TMZ richer." Remy smiled. This quote has now become the week's top tweet. As if it were a TikTok prank, she allegedly responded, "Go ahead, Pap. Make a scene like you always do right before you crawl back." Then, in a moment that nobody saw coming, Papoose lifted his hand and slapped Remy Ma across the face. The room went silent, the DJ cut the music, Tank, and the room froze in mid-verse. Claressa sat there in complete shock, covering her stomach with both hands as if she were in a fight ring rather than a baby shower. And the sound of the slap could be heard on TikTok as we speak. While trying to protect Claressa with a bundle of diaper gifts, one guest screamed, another began to pray, and a third reportedly yelled, "Not the baby energy." Remy, security ran in without running. But the worst part is that Remy didn't even flinch. Instead, she simply stared at Papoose with the calmest, coldest eyes you've ever seen and said, "You really just did that in front of her, in front of your new family?" And that's where part 1 ends, my friends, because what happened next makes the slap seem like foreplay. In part 2, we delve into the aftermath, the leaked audio, and the anonymous source, claiming that all of this was prearranged by Claressa herself. The room was shocked to learn that the slap wasn't just physical, but also symbolic of years of heartbreak, betrayal, and unspoken rage released in one unguarded moment that left the entire baby shower stunned. However, just when you thought that was the height of the drama, it got even worse. Within 16 minutes, phones were out, cameras were rolling, and by the 30-minute mark, 3 different angles of the slap were being shared online. His ex's skull-broken heart balloon during your baby's shower. In the meantime, Claressa's shields appeared to have been hit with a metaphorical uppercut not from Remy or Papoose, but from sheer public humiliation. The woman was wearing a capital C mascara, running foundation, and a custom maternity sash that was hanging off her shoulder like it had been through war. Just when security thought they had everything under control, Remy grabbed the microphone. Yes, the microphone. Her cheeks were still red from the slap. She approached the stage where Tank had vanished entirely, most likely hiding in the restroom. And she grabbed the microphone as if she were going to announce about awards. She said, "I just want everyone to know I came here out of love. But it's obvious that this whole thing is a joke and that he didn't tell you last week." All of a sudden, there was chaos, and everyone gasped like they were watching the soap opera season finale. Claressa's cousin attempted to rush the stage, but her heels got stuck in the baby blue carpet. Someone fainted near the mimosa fountain, and Papoose appeared to have temporarily left his body. Claimed to be a member of Claressa's glam squad but requested anonymity. Angel Duff Papoose had been in contact with Remy in the past week, but not for reconciliation. Oh no. The texts were about moving on and supposedly ending things amicably before the baby is born, but closure with Remy Ma is like trying to put out a house fire with glitter. This is where things take a turn that no one anticipated. Hours after the slap, a leaked voice note started making the rounds, purportedly from Claressa herself in a private group chat with her boxing coach, assistant, and to brand managers. Claressa says if she shows up, let her know who he really is. Pause, rewind, and let that sink in. Did Claressa know that Remy might crash the party? Did she want the drama? Was the entire event decorated with vegan cupcakes and soft baby colors really a setup? Within hours, the hashtag Remy versus Claressa went viral on Twitter, with users dissecting every second of the slap footage as if it were a JFK assassination tape. Was Papoose mic'd up? Was the camera quality the good? One tweet went viral. "Ain't no way someone slapped Remy Ma on camera, and the lighting was perfect." The Netflix doc is awaiting action, and that's not all. Another clip emerged, this one from outside the venue, showing Remy being escorted out by security, high, unbothered, and even smirking. A small crowd had gathered outside, and when asked if she had any final words, she allegedly said, "Ain't no shower without thunder." What does it even mean? No one knows. But TikTok merch hustlers have already put it on t-shirts and coffee mugs. Now, let's talk about Papoose. The man himself has gone utterly silent. No Instagram story, no live, no cryptic quotes, just a blank. His most recent post had an innocent picture of Claressa holding baby shoes with the message, "Can't wait." As his profile picture, clown emojis and fire icons abound. But guess who went live? Fat Joe. Remy Ma's longtime friend and mentor unexpectedly appeared on Instagram Live while wearing sunglasses and sitting in a dimly lit room whispering. Sometimes people forget who actually controls a microphone, and fans go crazy. Does this mean Fat Joe is supporting Remy? Is he hinting at a documentary, a tell-all, or a diss track? Several blogs are already speculating that Remy is getting ready for a Red Table Talk event, name and expose everything, including some alleged direct messages that will rock the internet. But there's more. The gossip page claims that Claressa's team has contacted a lawyer about emotional distress, public defamation, and disruption of a private event. There's even talk of a restraining order against Remy Ma, which hasn't been confirmed but has already generated debate online. Instagram users are split, with one side yelling, "Remy had no business showing up, you should not bring prison vibes to a baby shower when everyone else is shaving. A great time for her. While the venue, the subpar event space in Jersey City, has released a comment on Yelp stating, "We had no involvement in the incident and were unaware of the guests' personal relationships." Papoose led both of these women on the journey because he deserved to be revealed. As Remy was being driven away in a black SUV, someone recorded her on the phone saying, "He better tell her the truth because if I have to be the one to do it." Part 2 is great for weddings but terrible for slaps. Alas, their Google reviews have been bombarded with 0 stars, hurting. You would think that after the slap, mixed snatch, and leaked voice notes, this whole circus would have come to an end, but no. There was one last terrifying twist, and it was more scandalous than anyone could have imagined. The internet was already ablaze with clips of Remy Ma being dragged out by security, like she was auditioning for Bad Girls Club Baby Edition. Yes, there are more texts, more lies, and possibly more violence because guess what leaked next? An unreleased text thread between Papoose and Remy. That might just reveal the real father of Claressa's child is still up for grabs. Papoose was reportedly sedated and crying in the bridal suite, and just when things seemed to be settling down, a private cloud backup was leaked. In one of the screenshots, Papoose allegedly wrote, "I still think about you every night even when I'm next to her." Even when I'm next to her, fans lost their minds. The screenshots showed a full-text thread between Papoose and Remy Ma that was created just 3 weeks prior to the baby shower, and they weren't closure messages, bro. The timeline was overrun with memes. One had a "who's really carrying the weight?" is a caption for a split photo of Claressa clutching her baby bump and Remy holding a microphone. But hold on, things get even worse. One note says, "I know that baby might not even be mine. And you do too. I'll say it again. That baby might not even be mine." All of a sudden, everything changed. It wasn't just a slap anymore. It wasn't just drama at the baby shower. It wasn't just Remy being spiteful now. The public was doubting the basis of Papoose and Claressa's relationship altogether. And Twitter became a battlefield. People began comparing timelines, taking pictures, and making charts as if they were conducting full FBI investigations. Some even noticed that Claressa had never publicly stated when she became pregnant, only that she was grateful to be pregnant. The phrase "Papoose needs a DNA test" was trending at #2 globally. And guess who put gasoline on the fire? Remy Ma went live, yes, from a dimly lit room with no makeup, a hoodie on, and her phone tilted at the traditional 30 messy angle. She went live to 95,000 viewers, and she didn't hold back. She began sipping tea calmly from a mug that said, "Booked and unbothered. Everyone wants to paint me as a villain and the bitter ex. But let me ask you this. What would you do if the man you sacrificed your life for tried to have an affair while still sending you texts saying, 'I miss you'?" She pulled out receipts and actual printed screenshots that were held up to the camera. "I didn't crash a baby shower. I walked into a life that someone tried to rewrite without me," she said. The shocking revelation was that Papoose wasn't sure who the father was from the beginning. "Because he told me back in February I need a test because I can't trust anybody," he said. "And now I'm the crazy one," and the comment section completely collapsed. So wait, Papoose proposed to Claressa with a baby and he asked, "This makes the slap make sense," now that Remy had proof, not just vibes, but even more crazy. A fake Maury edit went viral with clips of Papoose yelling, "You are not the father." While Claressa ran backstage, it was chaos on social media, fueled by unfiltered memes. Meanwhile, Claressa's camp went silent, with no Instagram stories, boxing promo posts, or motivational quotes, until her manager posted it in the meantime. Legal sources, the fake ones we made up for this video, are claiming that Remy could face a trespassing suit, a defamation charge, and possibly a restraining order. However, even those threats aren't stopping her. She posted a story just 24 hours later, standing in front of a mirror with the caption, "You only press charges when you lose control, yikes. Be careful when you try to expose someone holding TNT because now everyone burns." Kissed his fiancée and allegedly questioned his own unborn child. Guess what he did next? He posted a black square with no caption or comments, just a plain black image. And everyone knew what that meant: guilt. One user wrote, "Bro mourning his peace, his girl, and his reputation." Another wrote, "He dropped a blackout post like it's 2020 again, boy. Go get that DNA test." But perhaps the most surprising twist of all was a leaked security camera clip that reportedly shows Claressa hurling her baby shower tiara across the room and yelling that he slapped her. If he still doesn't know who the father is, the internet as a whole fainted now. Blogs are speculating that Claressa might end the relationship entirely. Claressa's team is reportedly booking flights to Michigan, which suggests she might leave New York until the drama subsides. Well, Remy Ma just revealed a new freestyle that will be released this Friday, allegedly called Baby Showers and Bullet Points. And fans already think it will be a diss track directed at both Papoose and Claressa. The comments section of the teaser indicates she is about to wrap up the DNA test results. Better slap harder than Papoose was going to be the end of baby mamas. But just when you thought that was it, a final rumor surfaced on the timeline. According to gossip pages, a person close to Fat Joe claims that he's planning to mediate a private sit-down between all three parties to be filmed for a streaming platform. That's right, we might be getting the most toxic baby shower documentary ever made. The working title is A Slap That Shakes the Crib, and it features a slap that reminds Papoose and Claressa to be unfiltered. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the slap was justified? Should Remy drop the diss track? Should Claressa demand a DNA test? Should Papoose just delete Instagram and go live in the mountains? This is far from over, and you already know we're digging up the next set of receipts. So smack that like button and subscribe to stay in the loop. You will want front row tickets when part 2 of this drama comes out. So get ahead of the chaos and press the notification button. This is a gossip spill vibe where the drama is delectable, the tea is toxic, and we never miss a slap. The slap.